Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Ralph and on today's lesson we're going to attempt to answer this question paper which was written on the 3rd of March 2026. So I'm not going to do question 1 because you will be asked to create an interface. I'll leave that to you guys. Let me jump straight to question 2. Okay, now make sure that you understand the scenario and you study the IPO chart, study the table, and also make sure that you understand the steps of this application. Okay, so without any further ado, let me jump straight to those questions. Okay, they're saying the completed user interface has been saved on the hard drive. In our case, we don't have that, but there's a link on the bio where you will find this user interface, and it's gonna look like this, almost the same as this one, right? The one they want. Okay, now they're saying open the solution code that and follow the instruction below to complete the program. Okay, they're saying 2.1, add your examination number as a command to the source code. Okay, so source code, this is where you're supposed to put your examination number. Okay, now they say open the event handler of the capture button and in the following code. Let's go back, double click on the capture button to open its click event. Okay, let me give it space. Okay, I'll leave it like that for now. Let's go back after we have opened the event handler of the capture button, and now they want us to add the following code. Okay, now you have to understand that in most cases, in question papers like this, right, you've seen that they said we must open, they say a complete user interface has been saved on the hard drive. In most cases, you might find out that they've declared variables for us. So when I went through this question paper, I've seen that you will see that they only asked us once to declare a variable, which means most of those variables, they've declared them for us. So in our case, we'll have to declare our own variable. And before we answer those questions, let's do it. Let's start by declaring those variables, and we're gonna declare them as global variables. And global variables are variables that are declared outside any function or sub procedure, right? So those variables, they can still be accessed by all those functions and sub procedures, right? So what I'm saying is that a global variable, it's a variable that's declared outside any function and subroutines or sub procedures, right? So those variables, they can still be accessed by all those functions or subroutines in that form. They are also called class level variables, right? I'm just going to put a comment and call them global. So we're going to start by keep the first one, I think was, the first one was we're going to declare number of tickets as integer because it's going to store a whole number, right? Or a number. We're going to declare initial travel fare as a decimal because it's going to store the initial fare, right? The initial fare amount, or it's going to store that money. And we'll declare travel fare as decimal because it's going to store money as well. Okay, now I've declared contact number. Yes, contact number is a string, but you can ask your lecturer if they were going to give you a mark if you have kept it as a string or as declared it as a string. Okay, so I think these are the variables. These are the all variables we're gonna need. Okay, let's go back. Okay, now we're gonna start with the questions 2.2.1. They're saying assign number of tickets from number of tickets NumericUpDown to an appropriate variable and convert the value to integer. Yes. Okay, so guys, if you are going to create your own user interface, make sure that you name those controls, your controls accordingly, right? So NumericUpDown, number of tickets to NumericUpDown, it's gonna be this one. Okay. Now let's go back. They say we should assign to an appropriate variable. Yes, and convert the value to integer. Okay. So if they haven't declared that variable, we have declared it here ourselves as a global value. As a global variable. So we gonna come here and call it. Let's see, number of tickets is equal to. So we're gonna use this type conversion. See it. We're gonna use this type conversion, or you can use there are many type conversion you can use. Okay, so we're gonna keep this one as this, or let's just use the int. Okay, let me give it a title or a comment. Now they're saying end a nested if statement to assign the bus initial fare, standard or premium, according to table 1. Okay, now let's go to table 1. We know that we have two options. If the transport mode is bus, we have two ticket class options, standard or premium. Okay, so standard is 400 and premium is 600. Okay, now we're gonna ask what's a nested if statement. A nested if statement is simply an if statement inside another if statement, right? So this is how we write, and they usually work in cases like this one. Okay, the one we're dealing with. So we're gonna say if, first thing first, in programming, counting start from 0, right? Arrays, lists, and many control structures, including a combo box, they start counting from 0. So what that means is that if we have two items inside a combo box like this, a bus and a taxi, right? It means that a bus is at index 0 and taxi is at index 1. Okay, now we're gonna say if CMB transport mode, this means that if transport mode is bus, because bus is at index 0, right? Then now we know that if our transport mode is bus, we have two ticket class options, which is standard and premium. So in this combo box, this means that the standard is at index 0 and premium is at index 1, right? We're gonna say if CMB bus ticket class net is equals to 0. This means that if the user has selected the first item, which is standard, then initial fare would be 400. And that's if user has selected the second item, which is at index 1, then initial fare will be 600. Okay, now that's how we write a nested if statement. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. For $6. Okay, I think it was even there on the IPO chart, exactly like this, right? Or you can write it this way. You can say it will still bring the same result, but let's keep it this way. Now the next question, 2.2.3, they're saying add an if statement to assign the taxi initial fare according to table 1. Okay, according to table 1, we know that if transport mode is taxi, initial fare is 500. Okay, we're gonna see. Now we're gonna say if CMB transport mode dot selected index is equal to 1. We know that taxi is on index 1, is the second one, right? And now we say it's on index 1. Then initial travel fare will be 500, and that's it. Okay, the next question they're saying add a formula to calculate the travel fare, and note use the formula in the IPO chart. So this is the formula. Travel fare is equal to number of tickets multiplied by initial fare. It is a travel fare. We have declared it here as a global variable. We're gonna say it's equal to number of tickets multiplied by initial fare, initial travel fare. Now the next question is saying display the travel fare on the appropriate variable and note format the output to currency as indicated in figure 3. Okay, I'll just do it up here. So the appropriate label, it's this one. It's named LBL travel fare. So we're gonna call it and say LBL travel fare.text is equal to travel fare dot simple as that. Or we can use this, or we can put it like that. Okay, let's go to the next question. The next question, they're saying 2.3, they're saying open the event handler of the receipt button and add the following code. Okay, first thing, let's open the phone. It's this one. Double click on it to open. It's click event. Okay, now we're gonna declare a variable to hold transport mode. Okay, fine. Firstly, let's remove this one. Let's go there. Now they're saying declare a variable to hold the transport mode. We're gonna come here, say Simple as that. Okay. Now they're saying assign the name, contact number, and transport mode to appropriate variables. Convert transport mode to an appropriate data type. Okay. To do that, we're gonna come here and say first one was full name. We will assign it to it's this one. Okay, next was contact number. Next was transport mode. We will use this type conversion, this say function type of conversion. Okay. And say CMP transport mode dot selected index. Dot selected item. Or you can say the text, it will still give you the same value. You can go ahead and test it, but let's keep it as selected item. We'll keep it as selected item. I think that's it. Now let's go to the next question. They say write a code to populate the list box with the necessary value as indicated below. This is the list box they're talking about. Okay. To do that, we're gonna see. First thing, let's clear it. Item. First one was full name. Second one was contact. Then the transport mode. Number of tickets, then travel fare. Now let's go concatenate them to their appropriate variables. Okay, now that's it. Let's go ahead and test if it's gonna bring this same results. Okay, we're gonna use TurboMolecular. Okay, there you go. Let me put it here. We're gonna see. press capture. Good. Now let's press reset. So far so good, right? We're going in the right direction. Let's go back to those questions now. They're saying add all necessary index and align the values properly. Okay, we did that. Now they want us to open the next question. They want us to open the click event of the clear button and end the code to clear all appropriate controls, right? And allow the user to confirm if clearing as indicated below. Okay, so this is the screenshot of the message box. They want to show the user before they can clear. Okay, let's quickly do that. First, let's open the click event of that button. Double click on it. First, we're gonna declare this variable. I'll just name it clearing text. Okay. I'll come here and I'll assign it to this message box. Alright, that's it. The next thing we're gonna say, we're gonna use an if statement. We're gonna say if let me give you space. Now this is where we're gonna clear everything. We know that if our first item is at index 0 in the combo boxes, right? So if we want to assign it to nothing, we have to say is equal to -1. So the NumericUpDown, we just say is equal to 0. We just assign it to 0. Okay, now let's clear the list, the receipt. Clear. Let's see, what am I missing? Yeah, I think we're done. Oh, we put in else. Exit. So yeah, so if the user clicks no, it means that we're gonna stop the program from running by exiting this app. Let's quickly test that. Let's put it here. It was trouble. Okay, now we're gonna say clear. The first thing we're gonna test, if we say no, it's gonna stop the program from running, right? It's not gonna do anything. Now if we say clear and say yes, it's gonna clear everything. Okay, right direction. Now they're saying open the click event of the button and end a statement to terminate the program. We're gonna open, double click on that button to open its click event. We're just gonna say, so there you can say application, then exit, or you can say me.close, or you can say close. Okay, still gonna terminate the application. Yeah, I think we are done. I'm guessing you know how to take a screenshot and how to print the source code, right? That's it for today's lesson. I'll see you guys on the next video.